Workers need to take action on workplace stress because they're the ones that suffer the diagnosed and the undiagnosed conditions of daily stress or traumatic events on their health. The other thing is there's research that links cardiovascular events such as high blood pressure or heart attacks to dealing with workplace stress ongoing. The other thing is a lot of these conditions are not very well covered by the workers' compensation system in Ontario. There's a gap in the way that the system deals with these things. So there's primary prevention, which is dealing with the cause or source of stress, which is what we're talking about here. There's also secondary and tertiary prevention that are well covered by the system. For instance, secondary prevention is wellness initiatives, training, awareness training on mental illness, recognizing the signs of effects of workplace stress and intervening early. And also tertiary prevention, providing help after, like EAP, for instance, employee assistance programs or counseling. All these things and accommodation, they're in place in the system. The workplace psychosocial hazards, we talk about these pieces of the stew that are workplace-based, the factors that are the gap in the system that aren't being addressed. Let's take, for example, work demands. Work demands, it can be quantitative demands, not having enough time to do your work. It can be work pace, working fast. It can be emotional demands. A lot of work deals with people, and the resources and the restrictions that you have in dealing with people can cause emotional distress. Work organization. How much influence does a worker have over their work? What are their possibilities for development? Do they see themselves having a chance to advance at that organization? And meaning of work. Does the worker feel their work has meaning to the organization? And work commitment. Do you feel that the commitment that you give to work is valued? Relationships is another one. What's the relationship? Predictability. Do you know what's going to happen tomorrow at your workplace? Do you feel recognized for the work that you do? Do you know what your role is? Is there role clarity, role ambiguity? And what kind of leadership in the organization? Is the supervisor a mentor, a good support, or not? Work-life balance. What kind of policies and procedures does the employer have to make it easy to run a family at the same time as the workplace? How much time do you have to give notice for a day off? And the other thing is, are you subject to offensive behaviors at the workplace? You know, what are the levels of undesired sexual attention? What about threats of violence or physical violence incidents or discrimination, bullying, and harassment? These are all under the umbrella of psychosocial hazards that can be impacted at the preventative stage if the stakeholders or the Joint Health and Safety Committee at the workplace work together on figuring out how to make these things better, which then in turn prevent the diagnosed and undiagnosed mental distress that workers can feel. First of all, a survey can, if done right, make people feel that they can say what's wrong. It's like it's anonymous in nature. Asking people, sometimes they're afraid to say, but in an anonymous survey, people are brave and can outline some of these issues that are affecting them. This is the time to take action because there's an incoming standard for Canada for employers to create psychologically safe workplaces. There's a moral imperative for an employer to have a workplace that people want to work in, want to go to work every day, they want to have good morale, and they want to have a workplace where everybody gets along and where the workers feel supported and have enough resources to do their jobs.